When he's a little bit nervous in the first inning, once he got out of the first, he settled down, picked up a no decision in that start. But in the month of May, this will be his 5th start for Greg Smith, and he is 0-3, one no decision of the 4 starts prior to tonight. So he'll try to get back on the winning track, and more importantly, just try to do what the 4 pitchers prior to him have done. As we noted in our open, pitched extremely well and picking up the 4-game winning streak. The starting pitching has been outstanding. The power pitchers out of the A's bullpen to come in to complement the starting staff. So Greg Smith will try to keep it going tonight. 7 pickoffs for the left-hander. You see the strikeouts. As we always say, just give a pitcher a little run support and see what happens.
And Greg Smith deserves some good luck. He's pitched very well last month, but he doesn't have a W to show for it. Last win for Greg Smith was April 24th.
And a hard luck loss his last start against the Rays when he pitched 7 great innings with a 1-0 lead, but 2 leadoff guys on in the 8th inning. It came out and off to the lights and 3 unearned score.
So Shannon Stewart steps in, and Greg Smith delivers the first pitch of the ball game, and it's a strike on the outside corner.
4th pitch, 7:08.
Stewart 265 with 11 RBIs, and he is sitting on an 11-game hitting streak. Smith goes inside this time.
Big ovation for Marco Scutaro when it was announced by the voice of God, Roy Steele.
Center field for Ryan Sweeney, and that's the first out of the ball game. So Stewart flies out to center.
Well, night like tonight, of course, after an off day yesterday, the A's are back tonight. You see the numbers for the Greg Smith line. Total of 2 runs in 5 games for Greg Smith. So yeah, a little run support would be helpful. But after playing the weekend series against the Boston Red Sox and a sellout crowd on Sunday, big crowds all 3 days, and tonight, much different story from the crowd standpoint. That's why as a player you just have to put blinders on.
Well, I was going to say, does it affect a player?
Sure it does. Of course it does. I mean, what they heard or saw on Sunday with a sellout crowd and helped them win the game. Big Joe Blanton picked up the win, and absolutely, there's no doubt the adrenaline really gets pumped because you feel the crowd's energy. You want to play well in front of the crowd. And in a game like tonight, this is kind of like, well, maybe a B game in Arizona.
Yeah.
Not many people in the stands.
And I think players that have been with the A's for a while, they understand there's going to be nights where there's not a big crowd. Tonight is one of those nights. But they also very much appreciate what happened over the weekend.
Absolutely. As we were talking about Dave Magadan, the Red Sox hitting coaches said with how the Red Sox are playing so well at home, but they draw on no fans. They're selling out every game. They'll break the Cleveland record of 455 games consecutively selling out this year. So, absolutely.
It can be frustrating at times. The team is playing very well. There's no question about that. Only so much you can do. Alex Rios, the hitter, after the Aaron Hill walk. Takes a strike, goes Rios. Rios playing in center field.
So I guess we can say if they're not here watching, at least hopefully they're watching on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
That's right.
And see how great their club is playing and come out and show their support by attending.
Well, I got an idea. Watch tonight at home. Come out tomorrow night because we got a pitching matchup for you.
Oh.
Halladay and Harden. So that's all that needs to be said, really. That is the matchup tomorrow night. So we're looking forward tonight. We're really looking forward to tomorrow night. Rios fouls it back.
And there's no question with the A's players, every time they look at, say, the Blue Jays coming in and they say, okay, when is Doc pitching?
Sure. Coming
in, has he already pitched? That is the matchup. 3-0 for Rich Harden, 2.93 ERA. Roy Halladay, forget about his numbers. 5-5. He's got complete games that are unheard of, the numbers for him, but just not a lot of run support himself.
Rios again fouls it back. Halladay's made 10 starts. He's got 5 complete games. Pitching like the old timers.
Yeah, I was going to say, in this day and age, that's unheard of.
Again, the 1-2 pitch to Alex Rios. Checked his swing. Remember, the Blue Jays are playing without Vernon Wells. Wells been on the disabled list for a while. He's got a fractured left wrist. That happened early part of this month, so Rios moved over to center field.
Greg Smith showing his non-pickoff move. John Gibbons, 4th year as Blue Jays, and yeah, just another former catcher.
Yeah, you like those guys?
Yeah.
This one popped up as well, but it should be playable. Mark Ellis calls off Bart. So 2 outs here in the first. With that, let's check in with our Toyota by the numbers. Has to do with A's pitching and how good it has been. Team ERA leaders. That's Major League Baseball, folks, not just the American League. The A's #1, 3.27, and you see the Blue Jays are 3rd. So the A's, not just the best in the American League, but the best in baseball. Scott Rowland steps in.
Rowland did not play when the A's saw the Blue Jays in Toronto earlier in the season. A.J. Burnett did pitch against the A's. Scott Rowland, as John Gibbons said, I don't care what he does on the field. He's just a great guy to have on the club. And a real gentleman. And he says when he takes the field, he's all game. He's all baseball. And he said, kind of reminds me of Mike Sweeney with the A's.
Good pitch on the inside corner.
Blue Jays essentially just traded third baseman Troy Gloss to St. Louis for Scott Rowland. All in the American League. Troy Gloss with the Cardinals.
One and 2 to Rowland.
Rowland, not only an excellent hitter, is the National League people saw, but also a Gold Glove third baseman. And as John Gibbons said, he has taken a lot of hits away since he has returned from the disabled list.
7 Gold Gloves for Scott Rowland. There's the pickoff by Greg Smith. Scott Rowland just wants to stay healthy. He's 32 years old, so he has some years left to play, but he's been a little bit banged up at times. Out of play.
So Brooks Robinson with 16 Gold Gloves, all legit.
Yeah.
Every one of them. Mike Schmidt with 10. Brooks Robinson probably frustrated more players in the American League with his play at third base for the Orioles. Hall of Famer. And he could have gone to Hall of Fame without getting one hit just with his glove, but he was an excellent hitter also.
I take it he frustrated you a couple times.
Well, every time you take batting practice, you hit a ball towards third base, say, there's the human vacuum cleaner. It's an out. Don't even think about hitting one that direction.
Good way to make you hit it the other way, right?
I just asked the Reds, Cincinnati in
That's right.
1970. Yes.
So 1 and 2 to Rowland. Broken bat toward left. Cust is coming in. He's got it side retired. So the Jays do not score. Bottom of the first coming up. A.J. Burnett set to take on the A's.
Every sip gets you closer. It's Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
Hey to you. HD TVs.
Hi.
Millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
It moves at the speed of technology. 286 horsepower and real-time traffic. The Acura TL Type S. Time is the greatest luxury of all. Acura Advance.
Take advantage of attractive financing on select Acura models for well-qualified customers.
When a major hospital wanted to add on to their benefits package at no direct cost to the company, their very first word was... Find out more at forbusiness.com.
No score, bottom of the first inning at the McAfee Coliseum. Let's take a look at the Athletics lineup. It's brought to you by McDonald's. Hannahan, Crosby, Cust at the top, and then it's Thomas, Sweeney, Brown, Ellis, Spartan, and Suzuki. No surprise, Jack Cust having a big month of May, just like he did last year. Defensively for the Jays, Scudero, Rios, and Mensch in the outfield. Rowland, Eckstein, Hill, and Overbay on the infield. Rod Barajas is the catcher. A.J. Burnett is the pitcher.
As I mentioned, the A's saw Burnett in Toronto. He has made 10 starts of his 11 appearances. 5-4 record, and it's a strikeout pitcher. It's the 55 in his number shows already this year. Good fastball, the mid-90s. Outstanding curveball, slider, cutter combination, and a changeup.
First pitch, or second pitch, dropped, and Eckstein picks it up and throws out Hannahan. So just off the disabled list, you should know that the ball's going to get hit to you, and Eckstein dropped it, picked it up, and threw him out.
Now batting.
Easy enough, just heel the glove, but fortunately for him, it dropped straight down and was able to pick it up. He wanted to excite everybody, didn't he?
Sure. So Bobby Crosby steps in. A's had a lot of good at-bats against A.J. Burnett in that start he made in Toronto, and they just did not allow him to get in any kind of rhythm. He ended up giving him 10 hits in 4 2/3 innings. That was game 1 of that series, which turned out to be a 3-game sweep by the A's. They won 9-8 that game, 6-3, and 3-2 in 12 innings. It's a pretty good series. The A's just clawed their way to the sweep.
Didn't lose until they got to Cleveland on
That's
the
right.
Sunday.
That's
So
right.
5 in a row to start the road trip, and good way to start, especially those 3 cities.
Mentioned the A's record overall, 5 games over 500. They're 16-11 at home. And against the AL East this year, which obviously includes the Blue Jays, they're 11-5. Crosby slices one down the right field line, foul. The only team that the A's have not played in the East is the Yankees. And that'll be coming up soon. 2-2. This one toward Eckstein again. Throws a little bit low, and Overbay dropped it. How about that? I do not believe the throw was in the dirt.
No, it wasn't.
It is an error on the first baseman.
He's been up the line a little bit, but
Number 32.
Matt Kennedy tried to close his first baseman a bit, but it wouldn't stay in. Eckstein just not quite up chest high where ideally he would like to have thrown it, but Overbay, an outstanding first baseman, is a ball that he normally would handle.
So that is The 30th error of the year by the Blue Jays. They're 6th in the American League in team defense. Jack Cust takes a strike on the outside corner. Angels are hosting the Tigers tonight. It is game 2 of that series. And last night, 1-0, the Angels won in 12 innings on a bases-loaded walk to Garrett Anderson. Santana and Bonderman, and Miguel Cabrera has hit a 2-run homer in the 2nd inning for the Tigers. So Detroit with a 2-0 lead early. We'll obviously keep a close eye on that game.
Tigers will be in town next Monday for 3 games. So where do they go from? Hannahan? They've got to stay on the West Coast.
Something's wrong with that schedule.
I would hope they stay on the West Coast.
How about, yeah, Seattle. So they got the old-fashioned West Coast trip. 3 in Anaheim, make it 4 in Anaheim, 3 in Anaheim, 3 in Seattle, 3 in Oakland. The way it should be, right?
Absolutely. If you come west and you're a team from the Midwest or the East, you hit all 3 at the same time, since we are in the fuel saving category.
Yes, we are.
You saw Tim Summer down there in the Frank Thomas pose. He's got it down to 18.
Crosby's running. The pitch, strike 3 called, and Crosby will steal the bag, but it is a strikeout.
So Jack shaking his head, and backdoor curveball.
Number 35.
That's not like the call from Joe Wolf, the home plate umpire, but in backdoor, he may have given up on a little bit. Look says it all, doesn't it?
What just happened? Here's Thomas, a chance to give the A's the lead. First pitch outside to Frank.
First time the A's have played the Blue Jays since Frank joined the club.
And those are his combined numbers. But the numbers with the A's much better than his numbers with the Blue Jays. With the A's, 315, 4 homers and 16 RBIs in 27 games.
And if it's your birthday, you're supposed to do something special, right? Especially your 40th birthday.
Just a bit inside. Three and one now. Ryan Sweeney in the on-deck circle. John Jaha, also his birthday. John Jaha was at the ballpark this weekend.
Tried to get him to stick around Sunday. You saw Friday and Saturday, and a couple of wins for the A's before they swept the series on Sunday.
Where does he live? Is he up north?
It's up north, yeah, Oregon. Said he might come to Seattle to see the A's. Said his son Bubba is a big Pompey fan. And the A's, but he likes David Ortiz.
Payoff pitch with Crosby at second. And it's a fastball swing and a miss by Frank Thomas. So a couple of strikeouts for A.J. Burnett. And after one here at the Coliseum, no score, the A's and the Jays.
To me, as regular season had every pitch working, and to be able to have that kind of control and get that shutout as the crowd anticipated it from the 6th inning on into the 7th inning. I think that he had a stretch where he retired 15 of 16 batters in that game. Really a work of art.
He's back where he belongs, and it's personal. Alex Rios and the Jays continue the series, ready for a West Coast showdown. A's Blue Jays tomorrow at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Top of the 2nd inning, no score. Sorry, Ray. I didn't know you had that in your hand.
Brady gave it
Sorry
to him.
about that.
Visit the official shop of the Oakland A's at oaklandathletics.com. Browse the largest selection of team gear, including clubhouse caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Okay?
I screwed that all up. I screwed that all up. I apologize to everybody down in the TV truck. I hope they forgive me. There it is.
Should I read it again, Grady?
Threw him a changeup. Sorry, guys. Barajas. And Jack Hannahan drifts back. He's got it. One out. Little snow cone.
The heel of the glove.
So Barajas swings early and pops out.
Kevin Mensch, right field.
Kevin Mensch in a Blue Jays uniform doesn't look quite right. Got used to seeing him with the Rangers for all those years. Strike call to Mensch. The Rangers won tonight 12-6 over the Tampa Bay Rays. So it was a wild one in the Dome in St. Petersburg.
A rare loss for Tampa Bay at home.
Yeah. Lined left field, but foul. In fact, in that Texas game, Josh Hamilton a grand slam and 5 RBIs. So he continues to put on a show, man.
And they were talking about an extension, contract extension. Did they complete it? If not, they better hurry.
That's what I was
Boy, he's
thinking. I know there's talk about him getting a contract.
Kansas City continuing to struggle after the Blue Jays swept them over the weekend at Rogers Center. Scored them by a ton of runs.
That win by the Rangers gets them back to 500 and 27-27. So they're kind of staying on the heels of the A's a little bit. Crosby charges on the run. 2 outs.
Outstanding changeup by Greg Smith. And anytime you got a hitter, power hitter who just blasted one off the left field wall, foul, get him out on the front foot. All he can do is just have a swing like this. This is a very good pitch. Down and away, maybe even out of the strike zone, but Kevin Mensch just served at it, thought it was a strike. Didn't want to take a chance of taking it for strike 3. And that's called being out on the front foot. All the body, the weight shift is going forward, just a little bit upper body and not much strength with that swing.
First pitch to Lyle Overbay is a strike. Overbay .286 the batting average with 3 home runs. Overbay rolls over on that one, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Greg Smith. Bottom of the second coming up. Ryan Sweeney's going to lead it off. No score.
Phillips Norelco Architect, the shaver with a flexible head that pivots and rotates freely. So now you can easily get a close shave, even on the neck.
He's already asking, son, Father's Day packs. It's coming up, Father's Day. Give Dad the gift of baseball with the A's Father's Day pack. Lower level seats to 6 select home games for half price. $180 value for just $90 per pack. Visit OaklandAthletics.com or call 510-638-GO-A's. We know everybody's at home listening, and then just log on right now.
Get it over with. Make the purchase.
It's coming up the 15th of June. The A's will be in San Francisco and then heading to Arizona following the game.
Ryan Sweeney leading things off for the A's. No score, bottom of the second inning.
Dad?
Here you go, Dad.
Happy Father's Day.
You're the best, Dad. Dad's not paying attention, though.
Checking out Diamond Vision, one of the best. So he's seeing what information is up on Diamond Vision.
Hey, I look up there all the time. 1-2 the count to Sweeney. Sweeney, Brown, and Ellis against A.J. Burnett. Burnett had a couple of strikeouts in the first. Good numbers for Ryan Sweeney. It's a good curveball by Burnett, so he's got 3 consecutive strikeouts. There's 1 out here in the second inning.
Number 8.
Good curveball. Of course, the A's better get used to this. They'll see a few more tomorrow night from Doc Halladay, but this one down and in, just disappears out of sight. Pitch that looked like it was going to be a strike, but was not.
Emil Brown steps in. Brown has slowed down in the month of May, but let's face it, he was red hot in April. That series, March series in Japan, and he goes the other way there and lines a single against A.J. Burnett. So nice job of hitting by Emil Brown.
Great approach, pitch up and away, and he goes with it perfectly to right field. No stride by Emil Brown. There's your upper body strength, and that is something special for a hitter to be able to do that.
So why, it seems like guys that do that, they're all good hitters. Why don't more guys do that? Is it difficult to do?
I think it is. I think you look for a little timing with the stride and get a little bit more behind your swing.
So where does the timing come from? If you're not striding, you know?
You watch his lower half kind of turns a little bit to the lower half and then go. I mean, it keeps you from overstriding. You can send a microphone down to Ty Van Berkeley and he can ask him.
I don't know, remember the kid with the Mets that we saw last year, David Wright. That's that. Remember Jeff Bagwell used to do that? Just kind of. That's right.
Paul Molitor did it his Hall of Fame career. Mike Sweeney with the A's. Just, to me, it would seem awkward, kind of a little bit off balance.
Brown is running. Pitch is called the ball to throw to second. It hits Brown, and it rolls towards shallow left field. And he's going to get waved home, and he is going to score. Just keep running, Emil Brown. The ball could not have rolled in a better spot for the A's. It was in no man's land.
Well, you see Tony DeFrancesco, the A's third base coach, and what a great call, great sign, keep him going, and he faked, and then he went. The throw from Barajas kicked off of Emil Brown, and he went to third thinking he was going to score. So when Tony D waved him home, there was no hesitation. Good attempt, good block by Barajas. But a stolen base, E2, and great hustle and great call. Hustle by Emil Brown because he continued to run hard, which enabled Tony DeFrancesco to send him all the way.
How about that?
Just your basic stolen base.
Stolen base, E2. And a run.
And in a game like tonight, that's a big run because it's going to be hard to come by. But the A's, with Bobby Crosby stealing in the first, they're getting
something's up.
Jumps off A.J. Burnett. Off the right foot of the slide by Emil Brown, and there's where he saw it and then just kept running.
But you're right. If he's not running hard toward third, there's no way you can send him. Slid right into the leg protector, foot protector of Rod Barajas.
The machine. He's an RBI machine, whether it's
runs
driving them in or doing it himself.
3-2 to Mark Ellis. Just missed off the plate.
It's amazing about the scoring of Emil Brown and a typically non-running ball club, the A's. Not like they've stolen a lot of bases, but tonight, again, seeing something with Burnett and his leg kick. And delivering to the plate, and they're getting good jumps.
So here's Derek Barton. Barton hitting at .211. Get rolling again. He went around, says Phil Cuzzy.
And I don't think that look is at Tony D getting a sign. That's more at Phil Cuzzy, because Derek Barton, who waits well with a light bat, short bat, probably felt he had held up.
Barton stays off it to even the count at 1-1. Kirk Suzuki waits in the on-deck circle. Now. So a couple of errors in this game already by the Blue Jays. Error in the first on Lyle Overbay, and then the throwing error.
This really wasn't a bad throw by Rod Barajas. See, Brown got a great jump. The ball just happened to arrive at the same time as the right foot of Brown, which enabled Emil to kick it towards shortstop. Unintentional, of course, just happened to happen.
Catch a break, take advantage. So 2-2 the count. Ellis creeps off a little bit, but he's not going. It's hit hard into right field, a base hit. Ellis stops at second, so Derek Barton with a hit. The A's got some action against Burnett here in the second inning. A run already in.
Very quick on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and for Derek Barton to watch out quickly, just got the top hand. A pitch that was up in the zone a little bit, maybe a pitch that he normally would be taking, but looked good to him and showed his quickness in his swing to be able to pull the ball to right field.
Kurt Suzuki, the 9th place hitter for the A's. Big swing there and fouled it back. Suzuki had a nice series against the Red Sox, 5 for 10. He's sitting on a little 6-game hitting streak. Got that average back up over 250.
Bench coach for John Gibbons. He was a third base coach for a few years. Second inning, 38 pitches for A.J. Burnett. After the 90 pitch mark in 4 2/3 in Toronto. So the A's once again showing their patience at the plate.
Ellis at second and Barton at first. Curveball there, and it's 1-2. Suzuki chokes up just a little bit on the bat.
Cross up. Oh,
that didn't look right.
No, it did not. Just watch Barajas. He's looking for a curveball and fastball. I tell you, watch the catcher. Watch this. Whoa, he's waiting for a curveball, and if that ball had been swung and missed or taken by Kurt Suzuki, it would have nailed him someplace because he was looking for a curveball. He's waiting for the break, and it didn't happen.
And that's interesting because they just had a meeting at the mound. And after that, they had another one.
And probably A.J. Burnett said, call more curveballs. And so Rouse thought he had.
Yes, that's a swing, says Ed Montague. Suzuki can't believe it. He's just standing there looking at him.
Well, Montague, for some reason, I don't know if he thought there was going to be a pickoff attempt at first base. He did go through, but Montague came running towards first base, and then on the run, put the fist up, indicating strike 3 and a check swing. The veteran, Eddie Montague.
2 outs for Hannahan. 4 strikeouts for A.J. Burnett. Still leading the Angels 2-0. That game now in the 4th inning in Anaheim. Seattle with an early 2-0 lead over the Red Sox in Seattle. Daisuke Matsusaka pitching for the Red Sox. He is 8-0, so trying to go 9-0, trailing early. Hannahan trying to get another run in for the A's. They've scored 1. mph on the fastball. A bit inside.
David Copperstedt reminds us that Matsusaka was the pitcher of record for the loss in the opener in Tokyo. That's right. For loss at the home run off Street in the 9th.
Another strikeout for A.J. Burnett. A's get a run on an error on the stolen base attempt. 1-0 with Scudero due to lead off.
They come back to parades, high school bands, and celebrations. We welcome them with open arms as heroes. Their tours of duty are behind them. Their challenges are not. Many will spend longer coming back from the war than they spent in the war, retraining, searching for jobs, recovering from scars, some visible, some not. Find out what you can do to help at welcomebackveterans.org.
Pick one game and a personality to lead you sort of into that game or into a series. It's Stu, Dave Stewart, without a doubt. Stu had an incredible sort of presence about him on the mound, physical, he had great talent, and he was a great teammate. If you were to sort of build a #1 starter personality-wise, Dave was that guy. People just got on his back, and he wanted that responsibility, he accepted it, and he always came through.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I gotta make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve it.
Thank you. That's really not necessary.
No. Come here.
Log on to ComcastSportsNet.com to vote for Tommy Lindsay of James Logan High School in Union City as the Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area All-Star Teacher. Brought to you by KNBR, Comcast, and the San Francisco Chronicle.
1-0 A's over the Blue Jays. Listen up, folks.
Number 19, Marco Scudero, left field.
So a little extra for Marco Scudero, and that is well deserved.
All they have to do is on Diamond Vision, as they think back to 2006, Game 3 of the division series against the Twins, and the double down the right field. Really get them pumped up. Fan favorite, no doubt, for 4 years here in A's uniform. Playing well for John Gibbons, the Blue Jays. And shortstop, David Eckstein, on the disabled list. Super Marco is playing short, and John Gibbons said I had to keep him in the lineup someplace. Been swinging the bat so well. Super Marco.
He's in left field tonight. He lines one just off the glove of a diving Bobby Crosby. And Marco Scudero has a base hit. Well, Ray, you mentioned it. Land Rover legendary performance. Here it is. Game 3. And that was the hit that sealed the deal for the A's, and they were going on to the ALCS. Bases clearing double.
Nick Swisher, the runner at first, scored, and Marco. And of course, the game against the Yankees last year at the Coliseum, the walk-off against Mariano Rivera. Of course, he was a lot of walk-offs for Scudero on his time here. Homers, singles, you name it. Game winners. 8 walk-off hits, 2 walk-off home runs.
The Blue Jays acquired him from the A's, and they immediately gave him a 2-year contract. So good for Marco.
He deserved it. He earned it.
That's right.
But you're talking about, of course, with the A's, when one of the infielders got hurt, he filled in, did a remarkable job. But if you're looking at the business side of it, you don't expect your infielders to get hurt for a guy to have to play as much as Marco did. So because of his great play, it deserved to get the contract he got. But on the other hand, from the A's standpoint, he stays healthy, Markel stays healthy. It's a whole different story.
Yep.
Markel's missed a whole year. Marco filled in unbelievably.
2-1 to Eckstein. Golf swing foul into the second deck.
Oh, this is an unbelievable cut fastball, and Marco down the line, foul pole, game over. Yeah, come on out. Meet me at home plate. Swisher with the hair flying, couldn't believe it. Mariano couldn't believe it. Nobody could believe it. We couldn't believe it.
No, we couldn't. April 15th of last year. Yeah, we're supposed to, as announcers, kind of anticipate maybe big moments, but I'll be the first to admit that's not what I was thinking about, because the count went to 0-2. We should have known.
Marco, a fan favorite, but also great in the clubhouse. He kept everybody loose.
Eckstein hanging in there. base hit to left field. So back-to-back hits to start the third inning for the Blue Jays.
The first 7 in the order, he walked Hill on 4 pitches, the second batter. Everybody else, ground balls, fly balls, and now the bottom 2 in the batting order, line drive hits.
So here's Shannon Stewart. The Blue Jays are 11th in the American League in total runs scored. 12th in home runs hit. So I'm sure the Blue Jays feel like they're underachieving a little bit offensively. Stewart's numbers last year with the A's had a very nice year, 290. Pretty good left field. Goes back to where he had some terrific seasons with the Blue Jays. He's 6th on the all-time Blue Jays list in hits, 6th in doubles, 5th in stolen bases. That's all-time list for Blue Jays. They've had some pretty good players. Scudero and Eckstein are the base runners. Rifled foul toward the A's bullpen. Chad Godin. Chad gave him the point. Yep, good job. Better than the other day.
Ron Romanek, little fist 5. Yeah, Chad Godin said after the game the other night he thought he had been nailed.
Pickoff at second. Ellis sneaks in.
He's got to laugh it on the field.
Sure. Poke to right. Brown is there. He's got it. Scudero goes back to tag and then just thinks better of it and has to scoot back to second base.
Yeah, don't run on Emil, or at least don't think you're going to run on it. Marco didn't have any desire or idea about running. He would have liked to have advanced, but Emil Brown set up perfectly.
Second baseman, Aaron Hill.
Aaron Hill steps in. Hill with a walk in the first. When we saw the Blue Jays early in the season, now it was very early. Second week of the year, Hill was off to a great start. And he had a good series against the A's. But slowed down considerably. Just a couple of home runs and 18 RBIs.
Once again, the outside corner to right-handers is a pitch that Greg Smith is having difficulty nailing. Walked Hill on 4 pitches his first at bat. Again, missing outside corner. But against the Rangers, when he struck out 10, he was hitting the corner. At least close enough for the hitters to swing.
Oh, that came up and hit Hill.
Ball out of the strike zone, straight down, straight up. And to the right side of the face, he does not have the flap on the right side, so hopefully just a glancing blow.
So Hill seems to be okay. Back in there, 2-1 the count. Again to right. Brown squares up. And that's the second out. So Greg Smith trying to work his way out of a jam.
A couple of different situations for Marco Scutaro at second. Emil Brown, 2 fly balls to right field. The first one, yes, you think about tagging, although it was not deep enough for Scutaro to tag. But the second one, with 1 out, you go halfway. As the A's found out in Atlanta.
Yeah, there you go.
1 out, you go halfway and don't necessarily try to tag up because you're afraid you might not score, and that's what happened.
Here's Rios, 3rd place hitter. Good curveball by Smith, drops in first strike. Rios to right, hit well, but Brown is there. He's got it. Couple of runners on, but the Jays do not score. 1-0 Athletics.
Hannahan at 1:05 p.m. 10,000 kids 14 and younger will receive an A's pennant, and it's courtesy of Ross Dress for Less. For tickets, go to OaklandAthletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. The Angels of Los Angeles and Anaheim and Southern California and San Diego.
About time they get here, huh?
That's right. Well, they're only in the same division.
A's have already been there for a 4-game series now, man out.
Mentioned the number of games against the Eastern Division teams.
Yep. 1-1 to Bobby Crosby. Takes a bit inside. Hey, there's your hand puppets.
That's it. Make noise and he will come.
Popped up foul to even the count at 2-2 to Crosby. Crosby reached on an air. Lyle Overbay dropped a throw from Eckstein in the first and then stole the base. Did not score. Foul tip hung on by Rod Barajas, and another strikeout for Burnett. He's got 6.
And the curveball, one of his very good pitches, is working exceptionally well tonight. Look at that shot of our award-winning Tommy Edson. Did you see that? Tommy's the best. You put ice cream in that helmet, you can put popcorn, put anything you want, because it holds a lot.
Here's Jack Cust. Breaking pitch in first strike. Ray, we understand some of our affiliates had some technical difficulties in watching our game, but it seems to be cleared up, so we apologize for that. Hopefully it won't be an issue for the rest of the game.
All you've missed is strikeouts and 4 hits and a great stolen base by Emil Brown. Kicked the ball in left field and scored. First to home, the only run of the game.
Cust fouls it back.
See that fastball at 95, and after the great curveball Jack Cust saw in the first offering, he's a good fastball, and that makes it very tough to hit. I'm sure the A's are talking about the great curveball that A.J. Burnett is throwing tonight. And then to throw the fastball on top of it, much harder. They're saying, come on, Greg Smith.
Yeah.
Pitch well.
Well, the A's have made 7 outs in this game. 6 of them have been strikeouts.
All but one on curveballs.
Yeah.
Frank Thomas fastball in the first inning. Other than that, Check swing by Kurt Suzuki on a breaking pitch away from him. Called a strike. Shook off fastball away, fastball in, and he's going to Uncle Charlie, the curveball. Side on.
And he got him. 7 strikeouts for A.J. Burnett. And on that strikeout, let's check in with Jamie Sire. Jamie?
Well, guys, as you mentioned, Frank Thomas, who's coming up to bat right now, he is 40 years old today, and I asked him before the game, what is your most memorable birthday to date? He said that would have to be number 35. It was a surprise party in Chicago, and he says you'll never forget it because it was number 35 for number 35, and he had no idea, but he says certainly playing here tonight, being 40 years old, is very special.
Well, indeed, and at the beginning of the year, he probably would have never imagined that he would be celebrating his 40th birthday in Oakland with the A's. But it certainly has worked out that way, much to the delight of the Athletics. A gamble that they probably had to take because it's not costing them a whole lot. He's starting to produce big time. Frank struck out swinging in the first. Lines that one to the gap. Nobody's going to get it. Big Frank hits the bag at first, digs for second, and he's going to have a double. A little bit closer than we thought.
Well, as hard as the ball was hit, Frank knew that it was going to hit the wall, bounce back a little bit, but a low fastball, he just drops ahead of the bat on this one. I mean, that's just simply 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and Big Frank, those high Auburn football chops, and hurry up, Frank, pick it up.
So Thomas in scoring position for Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney base hit right field. Kevin Mensch picks it up. Frank's going to round third and hold there. So back-to-back 2-out hits.
Can't believe Tony D didn't send it. And just see the side of Rod Barajas holding the ball, and Frank, all 280 pounds of him, barreling down the line, just wondering, am I going to get run over? Is he going to try to slide, or is he just going to let me tag him?
So you think he'd be peeking a little bit as a catcher?
I don't know that Tony D could have sent anybody as hard as the ball was hit by Ryan Sweeney. So Frank, catch your breath. Home to second, sprint to third.
So Emil Brown will have a chance to knock in a run. To right, hit hard, but Mensch is there, side retired. Couple hits for the A's, they do not score. 1-0 Athletics after 3.
So when I got up there, Dick Williams said, forget about pictures, you're catching. You got 10 days to learn the staff. The first guy I called was Catfish, warmed him up in the bullpen. I just left a staff in Cleveland that had trouble throwing strikes. Catfish pitched 5 innings in the exhibition game, faced 15 batters. I didn't break a sweat. 15 of the easiest outs I've ever caught in my life, and just realized this was going to be a lot of fun catching a guy who had impeccable control to the outside, inside, up, down, didn't matter. He could hit the target.
Explore her grandeur. Appreciate her beauty. Protect her for tomorrow. We all share the responsibility for protecting nature and preserving the environment for future generations. You can help by recycling your old rechargeable batteries. Call 877-2RECYCLE or visit us online at calltorecycle.org to learn where you can recycle your old rechargeable batteries. Please, answer the call to recycle.
Log on to ComcastSportsNet.com to vote for Clyde Carpino of Fairfield High School in Fairfield as the Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area All-Star Teacher. Brought to you by KNBR, Comcast, and the San Francisco Chronicle.
Now the Athletics on the sprint by Emil Brown lead 1-0. You know, we talk about the great ground crew here. We always mention the head groundskeeper, Clay Wood. He's got 7 guys who, there is Clay. He's the only one dressed in shorts. Everybody else dressed out nicely, but Clay Wood's got 7 guys that work very hard to keep this field ready. They are Leo Valley, Champ Montano, David Animal Medeiros, Francis Matthews, Alvino McBride, Luis Nunez, and Efren Nunez. So 7 guys along with Clay Wood. One of the best fields, at least the American League. All you have to do is ask the infielders. So congratulations to the A's and the great ground crew. They get to camp out down in the corner. Clay, you know why he's a great golfer?
Why?
Because he's got his field, right? He's got his own golf course. He comes out with the clubs, has his dog, and retrieves golf balls.
Right center, where Ryan Sweeney has a beat on it. Scott Rowland is retired. Yeah, could you imagine if one of us just came out and dropped a few golf balls out there? That would go real.
I don't think Clay would like that. But the head groundskeeper on the home field, there's no doubt. I mean, he wants to talk to the infielders. How do you like the dirt, the grass, the height, the whole thing? And of course, for 5 months, players at Clay get to enjoy a nice field. The other 6 months, things change quite a bit here. But great dirt. The guys, Shavy and Crosby and Ellis, all the guys rave about Clay Wood in preparation of this field. And his crew, of course.
Well, you got to realize, too, they have to have the field ready. First, you have to do general maintenance on the field, but then you have to have it ready for batting practice for the home team and batting practice for the visitors. Then you got to get it ready for the game.
And after this sellout crowd leaves tonight, they'll be here with the lights on very late tonight, getting it ready for tomorrow night.
That's right. Rod Barajas checks his swing. The count even at 2-2. A's with a 1-0 lead. They got the 1 run in the second inning on the catcher's throwing error. And Emil Brown just kept on running. Full count now to Barajas with Kevin Mensch in the on-deck circle.
This type of a bat by Barajas is something that Greg Smith, as he matures at the major league level, is definitely going to work. He gets 0-2, and now he's facing a 3-2 pitch to Barajas. Those are kind you maybe try to waste one pitch or get him to chase, but then go after him, so you can avoid having to throw extra pitches, which is going to enable him to stay in a game longer.
That was an interesting effort by.
No high fives on that one. No.
I'm going to catch it. No, I'm not. So good battle here, Barajas and Smith. 2 hits in the game so far for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss. Finally gets Rod Barajas. First strikeout for Smith tonight. So 2 outs, and let's ask our Aflac trivia question. Which players hold the A's and Blue Jays career records for RBIs as a designated hitter? It's career. Career RBIs
as a DH.
DH for the A's and then the Blue Jays. Matt Stair, maybe. Kevin Mensch reaches out and pokes one into left center for a base hit. So Mensch is aboard, third hit for the Blue Jays.
So it'd be two different players, right? The same guy doesn't.
I believe it's two different players, yes.
Kevin Mensch, of course, with the Rangers, especially against the A's as well as other clubs for about 9 consecutive games, just could do nothing but hit home runs.
That's right.
Fortunately, this one was a single. Stairs a good guess.
Yeah. Toronto. Oh, Palmoliver, DH there. Shallow pop. Crosby out. Crosby's going to make the catch. Side retired. A 2-out hit, but nothing else. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Ellis, Barton, and Suzuki. It's a 1-0 A's lead.
Not too close. What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
The one you really need to have.
Fans, we can't be home to watch the A's on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Check out MLB.tv. You can log on to the internet to watch every out-of-market game of the season live. For more details, visit OaklandAthletics.com, where baseball is always on.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Mark Ellis got a walk back in the 2nd inning. A's with a 1-0 lead. A.J. Burnett, 7 strikeouts in the first 3 innings. Walk to Ellis, his only walk tonight. Now the first base line comes over Bay in foul territory. He's got it. So 1 out.
The batter.
Over Bay started the game sleeveless.
Yep, not
got a little bit cool, so he went to long sleeve sweatshirt.
I checked the forecast for this weekend in Texas, where we're headed.
About 60, 61.
Sure.
Midnight.
Plus 30
at midnight.
It said high Friday. Hill charges it. Martin's retired. High Friday 95, high Saturday 97. There you go.
Those people will be loving it. 95.
No,
We'll start warming up here again.
But it's been a cool early part of the season so far. We're headed to Arlington, and it is hot. 2 outs for Kurt Suzuki. Fastball a bit high. It's a quick trip, though, for the A's over the weekend. They'll be right back home on Monday. So just the 3 games against the Rangers, and right back.
And the only other trip out of the Bay Area for the next month will be to Arizona.
Yep. We like this stretch of game.
Talk to me in August.
I know it. Well, we've said it before. It always evens out. It's 81 and 81.
Yeah.
Two 2-0 to Kurt Suzuki, and now 3-0. Mariners with a 3-0 lead now over the Red Sox in the 4th inning. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Kurt Suzuki with 2 outs. Second walk issued by A.J. Burnett.
Now batting third base, Jack Hannahan.
Top of the order for Jack Hannahan.
Throwing fastballs to Suzuki and now to Hannahan. Of course, the curveball has been his best pitch so far for Burnett. See if he throws one to Jack now.
He doesn't. He throws a fastball, and Hannahan rips it, and it's going to get through. Here comes Kurt Suzuki. They're waving him home. He'll throw to the plate. Not in time. Two-run single, or a two-out run-scoring single by Jack Hannahan. He should have thrown the curve.
Well, you're struggling with a fastball. Of course, Jack Hannahan had a great job looking fastball after he had thrown 5 out of the strike zone and a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Should have been hit as hard as Jack hit it. Great swing, head down, great contact, listen. And he split the gap, of course, with 2 outs. No reason to stop Kurt Suzuki, even though Rios cut the ball off, but catcher's speed, those young legs, enabled him to score from first.
So Burnett got the first 2 outs, and then he walked the 9th place hitter, Kurt Suzuki, and it cost him a run as Hannahan picks up his 16th RBI. Now the A's get a chance for another run.
The A's have scored 2 runs, both of them originating at first base. So not a runner in scoring position. Look at those wheels. And he knew he was not going to be held up. That's why Kurt Suzuki just ran hard all the way to Tony DeFrancesco.
Two and one now to Crosby. The double for Hannahan was his 7th of the year. Base hit center field. Hannahan's gonna score. 3-0 A's.
There's your hit with 2 outs and runner in scoring position. Right back up the middle, off the end of the bat, enough. And Barajas wanted inside. Bobby took the outside fastball, and great approach right back up the middle.
Jack Cuss steps in. Crosby takes off, throw to second base, not in time. That's 3 stolen bases tonight by the Athletics, 2 by Crosby.
For the running A's, you gotta love it, huh?
Baby.
He is at 3/4 the way to second base by the time Barajas got the ball. Curveball, which would have been tougher ball to throw anyway. Gets the plate much slower, so once again, Jack Cuss taking the pitch, giving Bobby Crosby a chance to run.
Well, there you see it. And that is exactly what has happened tonight. It's tough to watch a pitcher sometimes, and Burnett's a perfect example. I mean, he's got really good stuff. But guys hit him.
And really have to wonder about what happened to his curveball in this inning. Did throw one to Jack Cuss, but mostly fastballs. Walking. Crosby hit a fastball. Hannahan a fastball. Now, that's just good hitting. Sit fastball, make an adjustment if you have to. They got it. Come through.
Custis struck out twice tonight, both looking. There's that breaking pitch, but it's inside. 3-1 the count. A pair of 2-out hits. And the A's a couple runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Good swing there by Cust.
How about this swing? This is a great swing. Opposite field. Surprise, surprise. Jack Cust, an opposite field home run. Lopez, the lefty, first pitch Jack saw from him. That's amazing, isn't it? Average 324, 100 points better. One less home run. So Jack just figured he joined the club in May last year. He's going to start big this year, same month.
Got him with the curveball. Couple of big runs for the A's, and it's now 3-0 Athletics after 4. Top of the 5th inning at the Coliseum. The A's with a 3-0 lead. The A's are looking for their 5th consecutive win. And they're trying to break the Blue Jays' 5-game winning streak. Greg Smith has been very good so far. He's allowed just 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout through the first 4 innings. He has thrown 66 pitches. And he throws a first pitch strike to Marco Scutaro. The A's faced a hot team in the Red Sox over the weekend. Red Sox came into the series with a 7-game winning streak. That was not an issue. The A's swept them, and right back at it with a Blue Jays team that has a winning streak coming in, with the A's leading in this one. Derek Barton's got it. Wow.
Here's tonight's Osh baseball tip. Derek Barton, key here is to get to the ball. He sprinted and then adjusted once he got to the ball. A lot of foul territory at the Coliseum, but he had a long way to run. But see how quickly he got there. Instead of trying to catch the ball on the run, he got under, set his feet, and then made an adjustment once he got there.
Strike 2, David Eckstein, because isn't it true, Ray, when you're running, the ball bounces
yes, it does.
as you're looking for it? Because your body is bouncing.
Your head, the ball doesn't bounce.
your head is bouncing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It looks like the ball's bouncing.
But, you know, that's simple on that. If he is running to catch the ball, and he's dropped a couple this year, there's no doubt. So he's been working on it. But, again, get there so your head can settle and the ball doesn't bounce when your head's bouncing.
Eckstein toward right, but Emil Brown reaches down, shoot tops, backhand, and he caught it.
And he said there's lights when I play left field, lights when I play right field.
He wants a day game.
Oh, he does badly. Or go to center field. What's this? In the lights, follow it down, and put the glove down, and they found it. Wow.
Turns out to be a heck of a play.
A great play.
Wow. So 2 outs here. Shannon Stewart. Is that the culprit right there?
That's it. Yeah.
Could be that. See the reflections in the windows of the suites? Yeah, that could be an issue too.
Yeah.
Even though it's 8:30, it's still not completely dark. Tough hop for Jack Hannahan, and a very nice inning by Greg Smith. 9 pitches, 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 3-0 A's. Hey, time to answer our Affleck trivia question. Which players hold the A's and Blue Jays career records for RBIs as a designated hitter? We were 1 for 2. Dave Kingman, the record, and Paul Molitor for the Jays. That's career RBIs as a designated hitter. Well, a little news here. Mike Sweeney is hitting for Frank Thomas. Ray, I did not hear what they said.
A slight strain on the right quad.
All right.
Quadricep. So they double and then sprint to third base for Big Frank, and something happened, and so it was just a tweak, and it will not be long.
Well, that's a pretty good advantage when you can send up Mike Sweeney as your backup DH. There's nothing wrong with that. Mike Sweeney quickly behind in the count, 0-2. There's that sidearm curveball from Burnett. Sweeney was 3 for 8 in the Red Sox series, had a couple of RBIs. Swing and a miss. E.J. Burnett goes back to the pitch that has worked for him tonight, and that's that curveball.
Well, Mike Sweeney coming off the bench, and it's not like you could be prepared to hit in the 5th inning. So he had to quickly grab a helmet and a bat, and so nothing but curveballs from A.J. Burnett. So from Burnett's standpoint, not a bad idea to throw his best pitch to the guy coming off the bench.
Ryan Sweeney steps in. So Burnett has recorded 13 outs in this game. 9 of them have been strikeouts. But he's also given up 3 runs. Sliced left field. Stay fair. No, just foul. So Ryan Sweeney misses a double by a couple of feet. One and one the count. Curveball. Overbay, a long ways to his right, has to spin around and makes a nice play to get Ryan Sweeney for the second out.
But it was a very nice play by Overbay, and of course, pitcher with the ball hit the right side, immediately breaks the bag. I don't know if Overbay saw the sign and saw the curveball, because he kind of moved a little bit to his left. Maybe thinking that Sweeney was going to pull the ball maybe down the line a little bit, so he made a nice adjustment, fielded it, and the throw leading the pitcher is the best part of it.
First pitch to Emil Brown is outside. Brown's base hit in the second led to the first run for the A's. Stolen base, and on the throw it hit him in the foot. He kicked it away and ended up scoring all the way from second base on the ball as it rolled toward left field. That's how the A's got their first goal. Eckstein gives a little ground, throws low, but Overbay has it. Side retired. We're through 5. 3-0 A's. Greg Smith in control so far.
1-0 lead in the game against the Rays, and went out in the 8th inning, got the first 2 runners on base, and came out.
Just off the plate to Aaron Hill. Hill, Rios, and Roland. So one of the big hitters in the Blue Jays lineup due up this inning.
Saw the pitcher start looking ahead with the games in San Francisco and then to Arizona. So 6 games, 7 days with the off day on Monday. So they all expect, I would think, to get at least 1 game in the National League, get a chance to swing the bat. And Greg Smith, of course, he's always looking forward to hitting.
So one lucky guy is going to get 2 games.
Yeah. Dana Evelyn already has said he would face the Giants in San Francisco, not in Arizona, where he was traded from.
Bobby Crosby has it. 1 out.
That last pitch is exactly what you want a hitter to do with an outside fastball. Instead of hitting the ball to right field, as we have seen a couple of the A's players do tonight, Aaron Hill got a fastball outside corner, tried to pull it, and just an easy ground ball to shortstop.
So 1 out for Rios. Rios down the line, hit hard. It is foul.
On the 3-2 pitch to Aaron Hill, that would be pull the string on it, and might have even been off the plate a little bit. Seeing the replay there, but that is the confidence Greg Smith has in all of his pitches, and especially in a hitter's count. If it wasn't a true changeup, at least he backed off with fastball and threw it for a strike. There.
1-1 the count to Alex Rios. Little flare to right, and that's going to drop for a hit. Rios has a bloop single. Hit number 4 for the Jays.
Good pitch. And from the pitcher standpoint, bad result. Got the ball down, inside out. Swing by Alex Rios, who been struggling a little bit. So he will take it.
Yes, he will. So Scott Rowland steps in with 1 out. Good pitch, but just a little low. Rowland is 0 for 2 tonight. There's a strike.
And that's the outside corner. A fastball in the outside corner, and he nailed it, and especially with a power hitter. Scott Rowland can make it a 1-run game very quickly if you make a mistake. Right on the outside corner. Good pitch to take if you're a hitter, but a great pitch to throw from the pitcher standpoint.
Line to left. That's a hit. 2 on and 1 out for the Jays, and Rod Barajas is going to step in. Barajas hitting in the 5th spot, and the reason he's hitting in the 5th spot, he's been the Blue Jays' hottest hitters. 14 hits in his last 34 at bats, and he's sitting on a 10-game hitting streak as Barajas. So be careful here.
Greg Smith approaching 90 pitches, so Kurt Young goes out to visit Smith in the bullpen. Gets a call from Bob Garrett. Joey Devine.
The pitch total.
A lot of fly ball outs tonight. Good time for a ground ball out. That could result in 2.
Strike called to Rod Barajas. So Devine starting to crank it up in the A's bullpen. 0-2 now to Barajas. Kevin Mensch is in the on-deck circle. Smith had a 2-on and nobody out jam in the 3rd inning and got out of it. Here he's got a 2-on and 1 out jam. Close pitch, 1-2.
Like a backdoor cut fastball. Almost got Barajas as it just missed outside. Or came around the plate.
Swing and a miss. Change up, and Barajas strikes out for the 2nd out. Smith has 2 strikeouts tonight, both of them on Barajas.
Fastball was at 90 and then pulled the string at 83, so just 7-mile-an-hour difference, but great location, the outside part of the plate, and I guess from Barajas' standpoint he did make contact, because had he put the ball in play, probably would have been a ground ball.
Here's Mensch. So you mentioned that 7 miles per hour difference between fastball and changeup. Is that a good number?
Actually, you'd like 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Yeah. But the fact that Greg Smith, as we saw him with Aaron Hill, threw kind of a batting practice fastball. So if 90 tops it out, he throws an 87, 86 mile an hour BP fastball, and then a true changeup.
Yeah.
So I mean, a pitcher that can vary the velocity in his fastball, throw 3 or 4 different speeds. It's like having 3 or 4 different pitches. Because a hitter just cannot sit on one pitch. Ideally, a hitter wants to look at the board and see, okay, 90 is a good fastball, changeup maybe 88, 89, or 78, 89, 80, 78 or 79.
So it's 0-2 to Kevin Mensch.
The other guy's different in that, although as we'll see tomorrow night, Rich Harden, he'll throw anywhere from 92 to 98 with a fastball, and its changeup is pretty consistent, 85 to 87, which in some cases is a guy's fastball.
Yep. Breaking pitch. Mensch takes in the dirt. So the count 1-2. Tigers still leading the Angels 2-0. Angels got a little rally going in the bottom of the 8th. Keep you updated on that. Bonderman and Santana, the pitching matchup, and they've both been very good tonight. There's the changeup, and Mensch just able to get a piece of it.
Off the plate, good location, way off the plate. Tempting to take a chance to come inside, especially after throwing so many pitches outside, but if you do, it's got to be one that you want to waste. Maybe showing, get him off the plate a little bit.
Mensch towards center. Shallow left center. Sweeney back now. He's got to race in. He's got it. Side retired. The Jays strand a pair. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Still 3-0 Athletics. This, guys, take a look at this. Every one of these guys' salary this year is more than the entire A's rotation combined. And none of these guys are having very good years. What does that tell you?
Wow. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and you got to be careful when you give that kind of money to a pitcher, obviously.
How about Jason Schmidt, hasn't pitched this year, and even Mike Hampton, he is still getting paid for that contract with the Rockies because he liked the school system. $120 million?
One statement I think he wished he would not have said. But the point is yeah. you really do have to be careful. A.J. Burnett got, what, a 5-year, $55 million deal. Yeah. He's a good pitcher, but could the money have been spent somewhere else? That's the decision that you have to make.
Well, 5 years for a pitcher usually is a long time because you want to take a chance of and a guy if he gets hurt. But Barry Zito with 6+ an option, 7 years total. And Mike Hampton, a huge contract, 7 or 8 years. But I mean, you are gambling when you do sign a pitcher just because of the possibility of an injury. And I don't know how insurance policies are anymore. At one time you could insure a player.
Aaron Hill makes the catch on the Ellis pop-up. And the point toward the A's is that, you know, first 2 months of the year, you got 2 rookies, Evelyn and Greg Smith, who have both pitched extremely well. And just looking at, I don't want to say you don't miss a guy like Dan Herron, because Dan Herron was very, very good and he was the leader of your staff. But I think statistically, you don't. Because you got 2 quality guys in return for him. Well, then come August, it may, the guys, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen through the course of a long year. But
now for Dan Herron, though, I mean, just a matter of they got 6 guys.
Yes, that's right.
And so the 2 that are here, and we had the Stockton Ports in town tonight. They were down on the field being introduced prior to the ball game, and there's some young prospects at Stockton, Class A club for the A's, who are part of that trade. And I talked to Billy Bean, and he just glowing with his remarks about some of the prospects, some of the players, in addition to Evelyn and Smith. And you can trade 2 players, and Herron and Nick Swisher get 9 players for them.
Yeah,
it's remarkable.
Three and 1 to Derek Barton with Kurt Suzuki in the on-deck circle. Now it's 3 and 2. Last 5 games, 1 time through the rotation.
About 34 strikeouts and 9 walks. Greg Smith. Joey Devine was up, sat down, and got up again, so he might be waiting. See if he gets back up. Greg Smith approaching. Yeah, I think he is finished for the night.
So Derek Barton becomes the 10th strikeout for A.J. Burnett.
Well, not surprising, another curveball from A.J. Burnett, so at least he can go through the night and think back to this is one of the great nights throwing the curveball, but down 3-0 because of Greg Smith.
Blue Jays get left-hander Brian Talent up in their bullpen. Blue Jays have 4 left-handers in their bullpen. Foul territory, Overbay, still going out, up over the mound. You always worry when a guy gets close to the mound.
Boy, it's Alan Emery and not Joey Devine. My mistake. So Greg might be going out. Although Overbay is the first hitter. It's interesting because Emery just got it. I assumed it was going to be Devine again. We shall see.
Curveball just inside. 2-1. Two and 2 now. That was pitch number 105 for A.J. Burnett. He's thrown as many as 117 this year. Foul that back again by Suzuki.
I was thinking throw 106th pitch at 95 miles an hour. There's nothing wrong. You're not tired.
take by Suzuki. Every once in a while, he likes to drop down a little bit. His curveball kind of sweeps across a little bit more when he drops down like that. Base hit right field for Kurt Suzuki.
Well, with
seven-game inning streak, right?
Yeah, and with all the breaking pitches, and came back with a 3-2 fastball, which again, not a bad pitch, but the fact kind of set it up by saying, I missed the curveball, but I'm going to challenge you with a fastball, a good one. Tip your hat to Kurt Suzuki with a good job of hitting to the opposite field.
So that's going to do it for A.J. Burnett. We got a pitching change. It is tonight's Nissan shift. Brian Talent in, Burnett out. A's with a 3-0 lead. Kurt Suzuki on first with 2 outs. A.J. Burnett, 108 pitches tonight. And the strikeout pitch work in 10. 5 2/3. He leaves trailing 3-0. So it's lefty on lefty. Brian Talent against Jack Hannahan. Kurt Suzuki takes off running on the first pitch, and he's out. So Brian Talent throws 1 pitch and gets an out on the bases. That'll do it. A's do not score. Highlight Derek Barton. Check out the stretch on the game-ending double play on Sunday. Finished off the sweep of the Red Sox. That's a big league stretch by first baseman Derek Barton. That is our Coors Light Freeze King. Seventh inning here at the Coliseum. A's with a 3-0 lead, and Greg Smith back out there. Embry is loose and ready to go out in the bullpen. Smith has thrown 97 pitches so far, which is not a lot for him. He goes over 100 just about every start.
So you got lefty and Overbay, and then Scudero, Eckstein, Stewart, Hill, Rios, Rowland, Barajas.
So what you're saying is
they're all righties.
The only lefty is Lyle Overbay.
And you have a lefty warming up. So I guess the A's feel of the numbers that lefties pitch well against the Blue Jays.
They do. Yeah. You want to hear the numbers? Actually, they're hitting 42 points higher against right-handers than they are against lefty. Quickly 0-2 to Lyle Overbay. And that's a strike right down the middle, and that's a strikeout, his 3rd.
And Alan Embry, hand on his hip with the ball in the glove, watching as Greg Smith deals with 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and an out to Lyle Overbay.
So here's Marco Scudero. Bad news from Anaheim. The Angels scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th to tie that game. Angels Tigers 2-2 heading to the 9th. Red Sox have tied Seattle. That game 3-3 in the 6th. Texas has won their game tonight 12-6 over the Rays.
A little adrenaline push for Greg Smith in this inning. His strike machine so far, 5 pitches, 4 strikes. A good live fastball.
Good pitch there again. 1-2 to Scudero.
And I think this is impressive when you go over 100 pitches and you're throwing harder, or as hard as you did the early part of the game. It's called building up the stamina, the strength, and showing that 100 pitches may not be the magical number to exit a game.
Smith knocks it down, scrambles after it, and throws out Marco Scudero.
Ball off the end of the bat, broken bat, and was a pitcher following through. You can never tell how hard the ball is hit. You can hear the sound of the bat. I know it's not really crushed, but Picture yourself right now, Greg Smith. Oh, ball right back. Ball is past him. It's probably a base hit because it was not hit that hard. Listen.
So with 2 outs, David Eckstein will hit. Takes a first pitch strike to Smith. From Smith. Eckstein just flips one fair down the right field line. And he's got a base hit. David Eckstein in his first game back from the disabled list is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. And the manager's coming out, and he's looking down toward the bullpen, and he has made the move. 6 2/3 innings for Greg Smith, 107 pitches, and he's going to leave with a 3-0 lead. He was terrific tonight, and as he comes out, he's going to get a nice ovation from the crowd. Listen to this, folks.
Well, you can say he has followed his other 4 guys in rotation and is pitching tonight. Nice tip of the glove to the crowd. I like it.
A's with a 3-0 lead here in the 7th.
Prepare yourself for an event so big.
Very strong finish, 107 pitches.
He came in with a 3.18 ERA, and whatever happens to his runner at first, that ERA is going to go down. Gets jammed. He pops it up on the infield, and just like that, Alan Embry does his job, and nothing for the Jays. 7th inning stretch, 3-0 Athletics.
Get ready, set, and go at Cache Creek Casino Resort, where our Cache Club members will play for $200,000 in the Race for Cash giveaway. From May 1st till June 19th, everyone plays in the free daily slot tournaments from 10 a.m. till midnight. Then the top 50 move on to the finals, and the grand prize winner runs away with 50.
Here's tonight's Fry's HD defining moments from tonight's game. How about this run? 2nd inning, Emil Brown steals second. Throw gets wide, goes away, and it allows Brown to score all the way from second base. That made it a 1-0 lead. Then a couple of 2-out RBI hits. One by Jack Hannahan, and then one by Bobby Crosby. That was in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that would give the A's their 3-0 lead, and that is where we stand mid-7th. 0-6-2 for Toronto, 3-7-0 for the Athletics. Another great performance by Greg Smith, as the A's pitching staff continues to be outstanding. And no reason to think that that won't continue.
Greg Smith sitting at the end of the dugout going over everything about his 107 pitches.
Sure. Why not?
That's a good, smart pitcher to do that too. Recall the different pitches, the part of the game.
He didn't make too many bad pitches.
I was doing post-game interviews. I asked a guy, the pitcher threw in the 5th inning. He said, I did.
Yeah, you did. Well, the Blue Jays got just 2 runners to second base against Smith. And obviously, none of them scored. 1-2 to Jack Hannahan.
I'm sure every game he pitches, his dad Greg is just as proud as always of the performance of his son.
Sean Camp, a right-hander, starts to loosen up for Toronto. Brian Talent, the man on the mound, came in to face Hannahan, but Kurt Suzuki got thrown out trying to steal on the first pitch. Talent threw to Hannahan's. We've gone to the bottom of the 9th in Anaheim. 2-2 Angels and the Tigers. He's come in trailing the Angels by 2. Strike 3 called.
Well, Greg Smith, how about this one? Marco Scudero, change up, back up the middle. He missed it, closed the glove a little too quickly, but reacted and very calmly picked up the ball. And now he's explaining the ball just off my glove. Donnie Murphy saying you have to open your glove and don't close it too quickly, and you'll be able to catch it. Well, they catch everything on camera, don't they?
Yeah, well,
it's amazing.
Tommy Edza.
You have a big enough shelf for all those Emmys?
Just got a storage unit. Swing and a miss by Crosby. Into the Blue Jays dugout. Everybody seems to be okay.
Well, whoever is sitting next to Roy Halladay, probably protecting him. Job security.
Yep. Maybe time for Roy to head back to the clubhouse. Shallow right field. Could drop. No, it's Kevin Mensch who makes the catch for the second out. And let's check in with Jamie Sire.
Well, guys, we've known for a while that Eric Chavez would not be coming off the disabled list today, even though he is technically eligible to do so today. Instead, he is DHing for Sacramento tonight. Tomorrow, he will play another 9 innings at third base. And then June 1st through the 3rd will be the first time he'll play 3 games in a row, 9 innings at third base, at which time the training staff will kind of reassess his situation, see how he's feeling, and make a decision on where to go from there. But at least another week or so, and probably a little bit longer.
All right, thanks, Jamie. So 3 straight games in the field starting June 1st. That would be Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 3 straight games out in the field, and then see what happens from there. Nothing tonight for Jack Cust. 3 strikeouts. Hayes' bullpen is quiet. Street will get himself ready if needed in the 9th. Remember, tomorrow, a terrific pitching match. In fact, you will not find a better pitching match. Roy Halladay and Rich Harden. See the game right here in Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, or come on out to the ballpark. That would be one you'd come out and see. Jack Cust with a walk. So Cust is aboard with 2 outs. Looking at Rich Harden's numbers, 36 strikeouts in 27 2/3 innings so far this year for Harden. And of course, Roy Halladay, 5 complete games. He leads the American League in that category. He leads in innings pitched. He's won a Cy Young. A matchup definitely we're coming out and checking out. Halladay and Harden tomorrow. Come to the ballpark or see it right here in Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Got another pitching change for the Blue Jays, so we'll be back bottom of the 7th. Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. Aflac. So as always, the fans out in left field having a good time tonight.
But the 5'10" stopped embarrassing the catching fraternity and actually put a catcher's mitt on instead of the fielder's glove. So he's back to normal over the weekend. Rajay Davis pinch running for Jack Cust, and they'll make the move in the outfield. Davis in center, Ryan Sweeney in right, and Emil Brown in left. That's kind of been the standard. Sean Kemp, 13th game for the right-hander. Good control, just 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. See if Rajay Davis runs. He's a pinch runner, and there are 2 outs.
Throw to first, and Davis gets back. Right-handed batters against Sean Kemp. 138 batting average. They're 4 for 29.
Is that a fan yelling back?
I don't think it was Ty Waller.
No, I don't either.
But if it was, whoever did it, it was impressive. Just off the plate to Mike Sweeney. Sweeney came in for Frank Thomas. That was back in the 5th inning. Rajay Davis goes, and the ball's bounced toward third. Long throw for Rowland in time. Side retired. 8th inning coming up. The A's hanging on to a 3-0 lead. Ian right, Davis in center, Brown in left. And Jack Cust out. The first pitch to Aaron Hill is hit right field corner. A long run for Ryan Sweeney, and he tracks it down near the warning track. So Aaron Hill hit it pretty well.
And Ryan Sweeney goes from having the ball hit straight at him to one that's slicing away from him. Going to the right field corner from the right-handed bat. Of course, he has played the corner outfield position, so that's nothing unusual for him.
But an in-game adjustment, that's for sure. Here's Alex Rios. Rios had a 1-out single in the 6th. He got to second base when Rowland singled, but that was all the further he got. Keith Folk getting ready. Right up the middle and into center field. A hit for Rios. He's 2 for 4.
Sometimes a little bloop hit can get a guy started. And that's what happened to Rios' last at bat. Blooped on the right field line. Now solid base hit to center.
Well, I have to give bad news again. Angels scored a run in the bottom of the 9th to win it. So they scored 2 in the 8th to tie it. And Gary Matthews Jr. drives in the winning run. So the final score, the Angels 3 and the Tigers 2. 2 straight by the Angels over Detroit. In the dirt to Rowland. The Red Sox and the Mariners are tied 3-3. That game in the 8th inning up at Safeco Field. Just got a report that Daisuke Matsusaka left the game with a lower back injury. That was in the 5th inning. He came to that game 8-0, so it'll be a no decision for him. He was looking for his 9th win of the year. Tim Hudson was looking for his 8th win of the year tonight. He did not get it.
It's not even June, and the 3 managers making the headlines. John McLaren of the Mariners, Ned Yost of the Brewers, and of course Willie Randolph of the Mets. Teams that were expected to do a lot of good things this year and gotten off to slow starts.
There's 2 or 3 every year, isn't there?
Oh, yes,
who
yeah.
the name starts to float out there. And so all you got to do is look at the standings, and you can kind of figure out which guys are going to be could be in trouble. Close pitch, just missed inside to Rowland. So now it's a full count at 3-2.
Scott Rowland has the complete package. Watch how quickly he stops his bat on this one. He's recognizes the fastball off the plate inside and barely, but able to stop his swing.
Here's the 3-2. Rios, the runner at first, and it's way high, and he walked him. Second walk issued by A's pitchers tonight. So now it's Rod Barajas.
The batter, catcher, Rod Barajas.
So now Barajas is the tying run. Toward right, Ryan Sweeney coming in. He's going to get there and make the catch. Off the end of the bat, Sweeney got a good jump, and he made a nice running catch. If he doesn't get a good jump there, it's a base hit.
Well, there's your off-field outfielder. Right-handed batter, the right fielder, Ryan Sweeney, playing shallow. And that was danger off the bat, but Ryan Sweeney, an excellent jump. That's what you have to do, have confidence to be able to go back on a ball so you can play shallow and take away those hits that could drop in front of you, especially those off the end of the bat.
So here's Kevin Mench with 2 outs. Embry trying to get out of the jam. Side. There's a strike, 1-1. Mench is 1 for 3. Familiar face, Armando Benitez with the Blue Jays now. Base hit left field. Here comes Rios, and he's going to score without a throw. So the Blue Jays are on the board. It's 3-1. Kevin Mench with an RBI single. Well, we welcome those who have been watching the Giants and the Diamondbacks from Arizona. Giants get a win, 6-3. Tim Lincecum now 7-1. Got a good ball game here as well, and Blue Jays just gotten on the board. This was moments ago. Kevin Mench with an RBI hit.
Got a breaking ball down and in, and so you have to be really happy that Kevin Mench hit a ball on the ground, because he is a very strong hitter, always capable of going long ball. So the only left-handed batter in the lineup, with Keith Folk warming up the right hand in the bullpen, John Gibbons has one lefty, and that is this guy, Lyle Overbay.
First pitch to Overbay at the knees for a strike. So Rowland at second, Mench at first. Marco Scutaro is in the on-deck circle.
I'd like to have him leading off in 9th inning. Yeah. We don't want any of these heroic hits from Marco in another
seen
uniform.
It enough.
Yeah. On the right uniform, but
high fastball, and Overbay cannot catch up with it.
The thing about Alan Embry, he still throws very hard, low 90s for the fastball, and up and in with that heater.
And Overbay swings weakly at a breaking pitch. Suzuki makes the throw, side retired. Well, the Blue Jays get one, so we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-1 A's. Leading the Blue Jays as we're hit the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Ryan Sweeney, Emil Braun, Mark Ellis facing a new pitcher for the Blue Jays. It is Armando Benitez. Broken bat flare, left field, and it's going to be caught by Marco Scutaro on a dive. Nice play by Scutaro on left. So on one pitch, Ryan Sweeney is retired.
Well, as Marco says, he can play anywhere.
And he can.
Proved it there. Nice running catch. A broken bat attempt at a base hit to the opposite field. Another handle left in the hands of the hitter. Did I hear a smattering of boos when Armando Benitez was introduced?
Yeah.
Why is that? I thought he was well loved around here.
I guess the hatred that Giants fans had for him spilled over to this side. It's just a complete Bay Area thing, I guess. Benitez now with the Blue Jays, 35 years old. This is his 14th year in the big leagues. He has 289 career saves. And he's been an all-star a couple of times, but he's also had some bizarre moments in his career, and that's what I'm afraid he's going to be remembered for when it's all said and done. One and two to Emil Braun.
280, how many?
289.
What are the odds of him getting 11 more?
He's not going to get 11 more. That's a lot to save. So Emil Braun out on strikes. The A's hitters have struck out 12 times tonight. But the only number that really matters is the A's are leading 3-1. The closer Street is up. Chad Godin on the right. Mark Ellis is 0 for 2 tonight. He goes after the first pitch. Skies one to shallow right. Mensch is there. He's got it. Side retired. Ninth inning coming up. It's going to be Scutaro, Eckstein, and Stewart. And they're going to face the closer, Houston Street.
In for the ninth for the A's, and he'll face former A's Marco Scutaro to lead off the inning, and the A's hoping to preserve that win for Greg Smith. It would be his first in his last 6 starts. We'll have all tonight's highlights, interviews, and post-game analysis coming up in A's Post-Game Live. We'll hope you'll join us then. Glenn, Ray?
Thank you, Mindy. Shooty, and Jamie. A's Post-Game Live. A little work to be done for the A's. Final 3 outs. And that job will go to Houston Street. Street pitched in all 3 games in the Red Sox series over the weekend, and he got a save on Saturday and he got a save on Sunday. But yesterday a day off, so he's back out there, and he will indeed face Marco Scutaro leading off the ninth. A's trying to make it 5 wins in a row and keep pace with the Angels. Angels won tonight with a run in the bottom of the 9th inning. Scutaro takes a rip at the first pitch. Left center, Davis on the run, runs it down.
Well, here tonight's Chevy drive of the game, and for the Athletics in the 4th inning, with 2 outs, Jack Hannahan with a run-scoring double to right center. Kurt Suzuki, young legs at all, scoring from first base on that hit. And then Bobby Crosby in the same inning, scoring Jack Hannahan with a single to center. Bobby Crosby with another 2-out run scoring hit. And for the Athletics, scored a run on a stolen base and an error, and then 2-out hits. You like it. Just a nice formula for a victory. Key for Houston Street is keeping Tyne Ruffin coming to the plate.
1-1 to Eckstein. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
And that is why you want to keep Tyne Ruffin coming to the plate.
That's all you need to see right there. Bounces past Suzuki, even the count at 2-2. That is Shannon Stewart's spot in the lineup. The leadoff spot. Stairs will certainly hit there if Eckstein gets on. Eckstein is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a single in the third and a single in the seventh. Full count now to Eckstein. Street's got to come in here.
And really, it's just a matter of forcing him to put the ball in play, challenging him with a fastball. David Eckstein does not strike out much and has not throughout his career, and will put the ball in play.
And he spoils good pitches like that.
So throw a few pitches, a couple of pitches out of the strike zone. The fastball came back with a 3-2 slider. Maybe felt he had better control of the slider instead of the fastball. Slider again. Again, he's not going to fool David Eckstein. He is not the type of hitter who does get fooled a lot. So the slider, maybe just trying to get him to hit the ground ball, as he did on the last one, is a little bit foul.
And again, Eckstein just gets a piece of it. Remember, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Halliday and Harden on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. .6:30 A's pregame live, and then the ball game at 7. See tomorrow night's matchup in high definition. And that's a pretty good at bat by David Eckstein. And just hung in there.
Attention, please. Pitch hitting for designated hitter Shannon Stewart. Number 24. Matt Stairs.
So here is Matt Stairs with 1 out, and he represents the tying run.
One of those hits against Houston Street, with the Kansas City Royals tied the game with a single to center field. That Matt Stairs still remembers. And
this is Matt Stairs as an Athletic. He had 3 walk-off home runs in his career with the green and gold. That was one.
Is that Keith Folk pitching for the White Sox?
It was. Gets Eddie Guardado there. Stairs, that big swing, and he fouled it straight back.
Think about Matt. He does not get cheated. He has power to all fields. And an RBI man for sure.
Lays off that pitch, and it's 1-1. Here's the final walk-off. Esteban Yan.
See that high leg kick and
look at some of the names, huh? Jaha in there. Ron Washington.
I mentioned the single Matt got off of Houston Street when he was with Kansas City that tied the game. Hit the ball up the middle. That was when he wanted to try to hit a single to tie the game. A little different now. He knows it's a 2-run home run to tie the game, so that's a different approach that Matt Stairs has in this at bat.
And he reaches out, pokes one to right, but Ryan Sweeney's there. He's got it. 2 outs. Street had Stairs out on his front foot. Nothing Matt could do with it.
A good changeup from Houston Street with 2 strikes.
The batter, second baseman, Aaron Hill.
There's the changeup. Went down and got it, but not much power behind the swing.
So here's Aaron Hill. First pitch a bit outside as Eckstein takes off, and he'll go to second. Aaron Hill tonight is 0 for 3 with a walk. He walked back in the first inning. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Alex Rios is the next hitter for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss. That one hung up there a little bit.
It did. A slider, a hanging slider. And just the fact that it was a little bit off speed that had Aaron Hill out in front. Pulled off the pitch.
Eckstein leads at second. 2-2. Struck him out. And that's the ball game. So the A's stay hot. They have now won 5 in a row as they take game 1 of this 3-game series. Final score, the A's 3 and the Blue Jays 1. And once again, it's all about pitching. And it just continues to click for the Athletics. So the A's get their 29th win of the year. They are now 29-23, and they walk off the field winners 3-1. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Mindy Bach, Shooty Bandit, and Jamie Sire is right on the other side of this break, and they'll be talking about an A's victory.
Brewers All-Star Team. Vote 10 times and you'll be eligible to win Brewers autographed balls and jerseys each night. Or you can go to Brewers.com to vote and be eligible for more great Brewers prizes. Go Brewers!
You're watching FSN Wisconsin.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball on FSN Wisconsin is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards. By Jeep. Have fun out there. By Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. And by U.S. Cellular. We connect with you. Just a few miles from Lake Michigan and downtown Milwaukee, Miller Park, Milwaukee, and it's the Braves and the Brewers, the final game of this 3-game series. In game 3 of this 9-game homestand, it'll be the Astros coming in next, followed by the D-backs. Here's the lineup for the Atlanta Braves, issued by Bobby Cox. It's brought to you by Jeep. Yunel Escobar leads off at short. Kelly Johnson batting second at second. Chipper Jones, the league's leading hitter, batting third. In the middle of the order, it's Teixeira, Greg Norton, and Jeff Francoeur. Bottom 3 for Bobby Cox is Gregor Blanco, Corky Miller, and Jorge Campillo. Seth McClung on the mound today for the Brewers, making start number 2 of the season and appearance number 13.
Very good his first start against the Washington Nationals. He threw 5 innings, did not walk a batter. That's the key for Seth McClung. Throwing him strikes, getting ahead in the count, and mixing in that curveball. And he was able to do that in his first start. The Piggly Wiggly scouting report on McClung. We already talked about him throwing strikes. He's only walked 4 guys in the month of May. That spanned 6 appearances, including that start against Washington. He's got to throw that curve early. First pitch once in a while. Can't throw first pitch fastball all the time. And he's got to mix in that changeup to some of these left-handed hitters for the Braves.
Rico defense behind Seth McClung. Russell Branyan gets the start at third here today with the right-handed starter on the mound in Campillo. Braun, Cameron, and Hart in the outfield with Branyan, Hardy, Weeks, and Fielder around the horn, and Jason Kendall behind the plate catching the day game after the night game. First pitch of the ball game to Yunel Escobar is turned right around, and it's a base hit. So this one starts with a bang as the Braves shortstop delivers with a single on the first pitch of the ball game.
Well, not messing around. First pitch fastball. That's what we were talking about on the scouting report. A bullet, a pitch up in the zone. That one had 88 miles an hour. That's not very good velocity for Seth. Ordinarily in about 93 to 95 out of the bullpen.
Escobar has been leading off here lately for the Braves. And a 302 batting average to start. Another ambush on a first pitch fastball. Johnson off the end of the bat. And Ricky Weeks makes the catch for the out. Not exactly a routine catch on that one.
So much for the patient Braves, huh? Well, the book on McClung certainly is, he likes to throw that fastball early in the count, so jump all over it. So 2 pitches. And Braves going after both of them.
That was the strength for Seth McClung in his last start. He was able to get ahead early and pitch 5 innings and only threw 68 pitches in that matchup against the Washington Nationals. Both of the runs he gave up in those 5 innings came in the 5th. He had gone 4 shutout and was in the rocking chair with his brand new setup with his mechanics and the new look Seth McClung. League's leading hitter Chipper Jones batting .418. He's got a 10-game hit streak going. Jones breaks his bat. Mike Cameron coming in will play it on a hop, and Escobar a snap throw to second. Escobar back. Boy, even when he breaks his bat, he comes up with base hits. That's how good Chipper Jones is going right now.
He stays on the baseball very well. Very rarely do you see Chipper Jones out in front or jammed. That one a little bit out in front. He was still on pretty good balance. That might have been a changeup by McClung. You can see the point of contact. The bat has not yet got there, so there it is right on the end of the bat and splits it down the middle, but died happy with a base hit. Always on good balance. He might be out in front a little bit, but he always has that power behind him.
So Jones now with an 11-game hit streak. He's hitting nearly .460 during that streak. And immediate trouble for Seth McClung here in the first inning. 2 men on for Mark Teixeira. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Teixeira at .268 for the season. 5 home runs, 31 ribbies. Has a couple of hits in this series. Teixeira was 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk. He also struck out. Chipper Jones upset. See Glenn Hubbard was smelling that bat. Maybe it just broke down on him. It kind of looked like he hit it off the end of the bat, but Chipper not pleased that it broke where it did.
No, I'm not pleased that it broke, period. That was his game. Did you see all the pine tar all over it? He's been using that bat for a while.
Well, Mark Teixeira is minus a bat as he helicopters that one into the seats.
Now you see that bat right there that Teixeira is working on. That's the first time that he's actually put any pine tar or the claw on that bat. When you see those things all grimy, real dark around the handles, they've been around for a while.
And you hate to lose your gamer.
Yeah.
Got it worked out, you know, they're craftsmen.
Especially when you're hitting 400.
Yeah. 400's practically an insult for Chipper Jones right now. He's hitting 420.
Yeah.
Ball and 2 strikes on Teixeira. Big spot early here for McClung with 2 men on base. The Braves have struggled with runners in scoring position so far this year, especially in close games. They're hitting right around 200 in the close games, the 1-run games. Atlanta now 2-14 in 1-run games as the Brewers have handed them 2 1-run losses in the first 2 games of this set. Milwaukee won 3-2 on Tuesday night. Solomon Torres picked up the win in that one. And then the Brewers won last night on only 3 hits, a 1-0 victory. Jeff Suppan, the winner, went 8 shutout last night.
I can't say enough for what Suppan was able to do. Outstanding work. Might have had the best changeup that we've seen from Suppan this year. And we talked about the walks for Seth McClung. Only 4 walks in the month of May, 6 appearances, 5 walks. So he is very careful. This Atlanta Braves club, they can hit. They're second in the league in batting average. So he was careful and for the most part on the corners. 5 walks and a season high in strikeouts.
That's one of Jeff Suppan's better performances as a Milwaukee Brewer. Going 8 shutout and picking up the win yesterday. Suppan now 3-4. They're still filing in here, expecting a good crowd on a Thursday afternoon. And for the first time all year, the roof is open. The latest the roof has been opened prior to this season was the first year of Miller Park in 01, when it was opened on the 29th of April. We're almost to June, and they're just now opening it up for the first time of this season. Francoeur takes a strike.
And looking back on that first season, that was 2001. There were days that they could have opened it, but they wanted to prove that they needed it, so they kept it closed.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, you build a ballpark with a roof, you want to use it.
See, I told you we needed it.
Bases loaded, 1 out. And a breaking ball missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. One thing about Seth McClung in a spot like this, because he has such a good arm, he can reach back and give you the big fastball. You know, he'll comfortably pitch in the low 90s, but he can reach back and give you a mid-90s fastball as well.
Needs one right here.
3 balls and a strike. And now McClung with bases loaded and a hitter's count to Greg Norton.
Well, certainly a guy you don't want to walk. You got Francoeur on deck. Norton hasn't had too many at-bats, only 22 this year. Got to make this guy hit his way on. 136 batting average, first start of the series.
Now Norton with only 3 hits all season. He's 3 for 22. Bases loaded, 1 out, nowhere to put him. Got jammed on that fastball, and he fouls it out of play. And that's the fastball we're talking about. That's a 3-1 count, a hitter's count, where he's looking fastball and still unable to put the bat head on it.
Kind of surprised given the circumstance that Norton's swinging, but that one right down the middle and still tardy.
Now the Braves have grounded into more double plays than any team in the National League. 53 of them this year. Seth could use one here to end the inning. Norton on the ground. Ricky Weeks got to hurry. The throw to second for 1. Hardy's turn in time. What a start. Seth McClung walking the tight wire. Gets the 4-6-3 double play ball. And a scoreless first inning.
Cheer on the Brewers, the team that loves to win, with a Miller Lite, the only light beer to win 4 gold awards at the World Beer Cup. Now you can win great brewer prizes when you peel the label on specially marked bottles. Miller Lite, the ultimate light beer.
The Subway Handy Guide to Eating Fresh Every Day. Due to the fanatical response, we're putting $5 regular footlongs on the new Subway Everyday Value Menu. We repeat, $5 footlongs now on the new Subway Everyday Value Menu. Not 2, not 4, but 8 mucho meaty footlongs, like the Beyond Amazing Meatball Marinara and the crowd-pleasing Spicy Italian, which should result in the additional hand gestures. With $5 footlongs, eat fresh every day.
Chrysler is protecting you from high gas prices.
Announcing the Chrysler $2.99 gas guarantee.
Right now, when you buy or lease most Chrysler vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year.
Chrysler is coming through for you with relief at the pump. The Chrysler $2.99 gas guarantee. Right now, get our $2.99 gas guarantee plus $1,000 bonus cash allowance on Chrysler Aspen.
No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning. The Brewers and the Braves, final game of this 3-game series, and the Crew going after the sweep. It would be their first sweep for Ned Yost since the beginning of the season when they swept the Giants. Here's Ned's lineup today. It's brought to you by Chrysler. Ricky Weeks, Mike Cameron, Ryan Braun at the top of the order. Prince Fielder, Corey Hart, Russell Branyan in the middle for Ned, and J.J. Hardy, Jason Kendall, and Seth McClung rounded out. And on the mound for the Atlanta Braves, Jorge Campillo making his 3rd start of the season.
What a find for the Atlanta Braves. Look at the earned run average, .86. It's been incredible to see what this guy has done. 5 walks, 27 strikeouts, has not allowed a home run, and look at the opponent batting average. This guy had an ERA over 12 in spring training. A non-roster invitee to spring training for the Braves.
Promoted to the big leagues from AAA Richmond on the 10th of April and made his Braves debut for Bobby Cox on the 13th of April. And he has been something else. Talk about a rejuvenated career so far. He and Seth McClung parallel each other in so many ways. A couple of relievers turned starters and guys who are putting up big numbers when their career numbers didn't really call for it.
29 years old. He's a minor league free agent that the Braves got from the Seattle Mariners. I'm not sure what happened to this guy down in the minor leagues in the first week, but something happened, and he is really throwing the baseball well.
Campillo facing Ricky Weeks to start it here in the first. Ricky, the hero from last night. Brewers winning 1-0 over Atlanta on only 3 hits. You got to go all the way back to 2004 to find the last time the Brewers won a ball game with 3 or fewer hits. And it happened last night as the Brewers handed Jeff Suppan his 3rd win of the year. Solomon Torres saved it. And the Brewers have won the first 2 games in this series. Weeks down on strikes. Campillo pulled the string, and Weeks is gone.
This guy's got one of the best changeups that you'll see. I mean, he'll throw 2, 3 of them in a row. As you check out the Braves defensively, Norton in left, Blanco in center, Francoeur in right. It's Jones, Escobar, Johnson, and Teixeira around the horn. Corky Miller gets his first start of the series today, and Jorge Campillo on the mound.
Miller starting for Brian McCann. Miller making his 7th start of the season. Here's Mike Cameron now with 1 out. The Braves with 2 hits in the first inning, Escobar and Jones with singles. And Atlanta had bases loaded, 1 out, but a double play ball wiped the inning out and a scoreless first for Seth McClung. Well, you look at Mike Cameron's night last night and it looks like an 0 for 4, and you're going, oh boy, his hit streak snapped at 9 and Cameron struggled, but he had 2 at-bats where he just hit absolute bombs into left field that were caught, and they were very similar line drive outs. As Omar Infante ran down a couple out there that robbed Cameron of maybe 2 doubles.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of laser beams to left around a couple of strikeouts. But it really, that 0 for 4 doesn't tell the whole story for Cameron last night.
Cameron feeling good about the way he's swinging the bat. That one pops out of the glove of Corky Miller. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Mike Cameron. Cameron comes in at .239 for the year, 6 home runs, despite missing basically the first month of the season due to suspension. Cameron's driven in 18 this year. Swing and a miss. Down he goes on strikes. So Campillo has started it with back-to-back strikeouts in the first inning.
Man, back-to-back changeups to the strikeout. The Piggly Wiggly